Rookies coming into the NFL have more leverage, more negotiating power than Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. Don't believe me? Just watch. Beginning in 2011, first-round picks have been able to negotiate their way into getting fully guaranteed money. That is not something that the collective bargaining agreement, the CBA, did. That is something that the agents of the rookies were able to do. They were able to get that on the table, and that has now become the precedent because the teams and owners caved. So now it is a foregone conclusion that if you are drafted in the first round, you are going to get a guaranteed, fully guaranteed contract. The rookie wage scale is a known commodity thanks to the CBA. It's why we now know publicly that Shedeur Sanders dropping to the fifth round when he was projected to be a first rounder lost over $40 million in that slide. That leads one to think, since the money is known, what else is there exactly to negotiate? But you still have things like signing bonus structure, conditional clauses to iron out in the deal. But overall, due to a lack of leverage, it has been deemed to be somewhat useless to negotiate too tough if you're not a first rounder. Until now. Houston signed their second round pick, who was the second overall pick in the second round, and that will matter here in a second, to a fully guaranteed contract, something that has never been done before. A day later, Cleveland then had to cave and give their second round pick, who was the first overall in the second round, fully guaranteed money, because now you've potentially had the last pick of the first round getting fully guaranteed money, and now the second pick of the second round getting fully guaranteed money. So of course now the first pick of the second round, who's sandwiched in there, now wants and gets fully guaranteed money. That has caused a chain reaction where none of the 30 remaining second round picks have signed their deal as of this recording, because they're now all asking for fully guaranteed 4-year deals. Obviously, that's something that the other teams are trying to push back on, but now the precedent has been set. What now do you do with the first 2 picks of the second round getting fully guaranteed money? What do you now do with the other 30 remaining? The precedent has already been set, but now who will blink? Will it be the front office and the owners, or will the players and their agents stand 10 toes down? Because the money is a known commodity. But things like signing bonus, payout structure, what conditions can void guaranteed years on the contract, and we'll get to that in a bit, and offset contract language, those are not. Those can be negotiated. If you remember just last year, J.J. McCarthy, he threatened to hold out because he wanted his signing bonus payout up front. And if you want to go even further back, hashtag never forget, the Chicago Bears had a lengthy holdout with former first round linebacker Roquan Smith because they wanted to put language in his contract that said that if he had any disciplinary action for helmet-to-helmet hits, they could void the remaining guaranteed years on his contract. And that brings us to Shemar Stewart, the 17th pick of this past year's draft of the Cincinnati Bengals. He's not practicing. He is not showing up for OTAs. He has now decided to show up, but initially he was not showing up for OTAs, and he is holding out or holding in now. And it's not because of the money, because he's going to get his fully guaranteed 4-year deal. It's because of what the Bengals are trying to do. Let's break it down. The Bengals are trying to negotiate a contract where they can make it so that if Stewart violates any disciplinary clause, any morals clause in that contract, they can void the remaining guaranteed years on his deal. I mean, we're talking PEDs, steroids, any disciplinary action levied by the league. This is the stuff that they're trying to put in the morals clause to void the remaining guaranteed years in the Shemar Stewart deal. And obviously, Stewart and his reps are pushing back against that, and the Bengals are standing 10 toes down. But this is strange to me because the Bengals had the 18th pick just last year in the first round. No such language is in that contract. This past offseason, they re-upped on T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. No such language is in that contract. So why now are the Bengals trying to institute a morals clause, a disciplinary clause, into contracts that make them be able to get out from underneath guaranteed years of contracts? The troubling piece is that if Stewart acquiesces and allows this language to be put in his contract, this now sets a new precedent on the other side now, from the front office side, to where rookies going forward, hell, even maybe veterans can have this language in their contract because of what Shemar Stewart potentially will do with his contract situation with the Bengals. And don't let the contract extensions of T. Higgins and Jamar Chase fool you. The Cincinnati Bengals are historically one of the most cheapest and stingiest organizations, not just in the NFL, but in all of sports. So it should come as no shock that they're one of the ones that are trying to get out from underneath of paying players fully guaranteed money. So to surmise, the CBA doesn't allow for fully guaranteed money for first round picks, yet somehow they found a way to get it. The CBA also doesn't allow for second round picks to get fully guaranteed money, yet somehow, as we've learned today, they're finding a way to get it. So we're on the verge of seeing that become the norm, where first round picks and potentially second round picks could get fully guaranteed money. If that's the case, how come veteran players, proven commodities in the NFL, cannot get fully guaranteed money? Is there a reason why franchise players, or let's focus on quarterbacks, is there a reason why franchise quarterbacks like Josh Allen, like Patrick Mahomes, like Lamar Jackson can't get fully guaranteed money? When Kirk Cousins and nasty man Deshaun Watson got fully guaranteed money, that was supposed to be a watershed moment. That was supposed to shift the culture to where that would now be the precedent to allow future franchise QBs that are even better than nasty man Deshaun Watson and Kirk Cousins, that would allow them to be able to cash out and get fully guaranteed money. Yet that did not happen. Yet they fell in line with what the Shield has historically done, and they signed contracts that grabbed headlines for alleged big money, but when you break down the contract numbers, it's full of funny money, and the guarantees are half of the alleged value that you see in all the headlines. So owners and front office executives are more than willing to cave to unproven commodities like rookies coming into the league. But players that are already established, already proven, that have already over-exceeded their expectations can't get fully guaranteed money? Make it make sense. This certainly seems like collusion to me, and that's nothing foreign to the Shield, nothing new to the NFL. But what say you? Should NFL players that are already established be able to get fully guaranteed money, since it's already been established that unproven commodities like rookies are able to get fully guaranteed money? You let me know in the comments. I go by the name of the Sam Deegan. On this channel, I talk about sports and sports media. I'm a 15+ year sports media veteran, and I say all the things that your favorites can't and won't say. So if you like that type of content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn the bell on for notifications, go outside and touch some grass, and I'll catch you the next time I feel like making a video. Peace.